Welcome to the home of the Blue Hens in Newark and Delaware Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UTEP Miners, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Delaware Blue Hens. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Miners will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Blue Hens offense will get first crack at it today. He'll ride his man on the option. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Hens with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gonna run it. It's Ogden. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Makes it past the marker. Getting up close to midfield. Gets it to the 48-yard line before being run out of bounds.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He'll pitch it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And we talked to the coaches coming in, right? Like, they knew they were going to see the option. But the speed is so much faster in the game, and the offense does a really good job getting it to the pitch man pretty quickly, making that read and making a play early in this football game.
He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a first down. And the Blue Hens come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. The pitch. There he goes. Touchdown, Delaware. Great job by the back on the option.
This offense does a really nice job mixing and matching when they want to use these option plays just to catch the defense off balance. They did it right there. Great execution, getting the ball into the pitchman's hands, and man, he showed you the speed.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So UTEP's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. They'll keep it on the ground here, off right tackle. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Lincoln. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Guys, let's talk for just a minute about UTEP. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. From the gun to give, looking for room.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a
breaks into the open. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Looking downfield, it's Lincoln. Inside the 45. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Miners want to crank the tempo.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
To the air on second down. Now improvising. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Into the end zone. Touchdown, UTEP. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking downfield, it's Selvia. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. The Blue Hens line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to bring it back. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Handoff from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Romanowski. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Miners come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. That last completion has him set up 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Miners come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. And the Miners will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits ground in the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now on the option. Quick toss. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after pick.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you do.
Turning it on! He now has 91 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Back to throw, it's Lincoln. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Oh, they're after him. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Miners will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. Okay. Here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that will cause for you to be a little bit conservative, but keep doing you. Put that behind. It's one mistake, Jesse. Move on.
I've always been a fan of getting that guy who fumbled it, the ball back early. You got to let that guy turn the page. They need him to make plays if they're going to win this game.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get...
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Yeah, this offense is built behind this guy. I mean, a guy that you can hand the football to consistently and expect positive yards all day long, all game long. Now he's over 100 yards on the day.
Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy, first on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide, you can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. A linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball out of the backfield.
And the Blue Hens decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. All the way back to the 15. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Hold it, finds his man on the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Miners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to throw, it's Lincoln. Makes the grab. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. The Miners will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch at the 30. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. On the ground, it's Ogden. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. On the option. Quarterback on the keeper. Now the pitch. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Off to the races to the right. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Blue Hens! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And what execution by the offense. The quarterback making the right decision on the defender quickly. Get it to your running back. And how about the wide receivers and everybody else blocking in space, creating an alley so the running back can do the rest and make the huge play for the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking to pass. It's Lincoln. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Plows through the defense.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And the Miners really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's the pressure. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football, he was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Miners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And here comes the punt team. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Perfect chance for us to put the first 2 quarters under the microscope. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah.
There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Got it in the middle. It's Romanowski. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
To the air, it's Lincoln. Fires to the big fella. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Miners are on the move.
Good enough for a first down.
They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Miners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Miners in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. The Blue Hens are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Here's the handoff. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. Now the toss. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Trying play action. Under fire. He's going to run it. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback in a third down situation, knowing exactly where the first down marker was. It wasn't there open to throw the football. He was very smart. He got out, he took off running, knew exactly where he had to get to keep his offense on the field.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Scanning the field, it's Selvia. Fires to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Blue Hens send out the punt unit. Takes it on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Throws to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these
breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Miners just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Just a short pass to the tight end. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He's got him. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Miners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. The option look. He'll pitch it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, UTEP. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And the option play, the quarterback basically blocks the edge defender. So you watch the edge defender comes to him, and he commits to him, and then he pitches the ball to the running back, and the running back can do his thing, running the football all the way to the house. But it's basically a block on the quarterback on the defensive play.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. start with a first down. On the option, he'll keep it himself. Turning it on. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Blue Hens can really attack on this second and short. They'll run the option.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Got room to work. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Blue Hens are flying down the field. Here comes the option. Now the toss. Got enough for the first. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Delaware! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
That's why I love this offense running this option play, because if this running back gets the ball in the perimeter in space, he is so deadly and he's lethal. And he showed you right there. This guy's got a lot of tools.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. He'll pull it on the read. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Miners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
No need to get cute there, especially when they allow you to push the quarterback forward, and they do, and get the first down.
Yeah, the quarterback just does a nice job finding the crease, right? Which side of the center am I going to go? I got to get low to the ground, and I'm going to have my buddies behind me trying to give me a little extra shove to go get that first.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Had to get rid of it quickly. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also, because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Finds a man in the middle. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. And the Miners have it with a 1st and 10. The running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They're trying to find some room off right tackle. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Dropping back, it's Lincoln. Right on the money. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Now the pitch. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Blue Hens in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They're facing a 3rd down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Selvia. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a first down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through Week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to be remembered in the month of November. The most important part in the meat of this schedule now is coming up. If you play well throughout the second half of the year, we're talking college football playoff potential.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I like that they started strong, made it to Week 7 now. Yes, the rivalries are coming up, and more important games are coming up, but you did what you needed to do to start the season. Now just keep that mindset and keep grinding.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of